What's going on? Mr. Dave here on the rock pile. How you guys doing out there in Facebook land or YouTube land or internet land or whatever land? We're in the land of creativity and wonder. We are working here at the Del Mar job, this big project that has a grotto, a slide, waterfalls, rocks here, there, and everywhere. And I am moving forward and wanted to give you an update. Pardon me if I sound funny. I bit my tongue, and because of the medicine I have to take for my kidney transplant, it doesn't heal. So I am forever kind of talking kind of weird, but trying to keep the tongue from getting abraded on my teeth. Anyways, let's walk and talk. So we have been working since the last one. You can see the grotto over there being pegboarded up, and we'll walk down there and take a look at that. We've also been shaping out our stones that are sort of the perimeter aspect of this whole water feature zone. The deck guy is going to be coming in here, grading that out, pouring a base concrete floor to support the tile that will be coming in on top of that thing. I think it's like 1/4 inch masonite, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what they're using for that, but that's coming in. So we had to finish this outer edge of the these rocks that you can kind of see the frame on this one that I kind of bent around and pulled down. And so what we did is we put pegboards on the back side here, and then just poured up concrete on the other side. This is 3,000 PSA bagged concrete from good old Home Depot. We then cream coated the outside, at least on this side, because it was a little rough, with the spec mix product, which again is a mortar mix from Home Depot as well. One thing I wanted to point out to you guys out there in Rockland is when you're doing these rock perimeters, what you want to do is you want to bring your steel across and then cross this way. So this steel is woven in to the one next to it. Crisscrossing rebar means this whole thing is locked together, it won't go anywhere. It's going to be real stable and strong, and it will be providing you with the kind of rigidity you want. We can see an example of that right down here. So this rock over here has this piece that goes down into the ground. Then we have this piece coming across, and another piece going around to the back of it. And over here we see that same process. This piece is coming across and going into that one. So you can lay down like a 5-footer, or you can try a 10-footer if you have to. You kind of have to muscle it around and fight with it, because it's the longer sticks are kind of annoying. But so you can see we have a little rock here and a bigger rock there. This is going to be our bathtub area. That's going to be poured concrete floor. There'll be a drain pipe in it so water can escape that when they turn the feature off. There's going to be stones here. Again, we're sort of making a perimeter that will allow this to be a little pond basin that you can pop in and kick back and sit and lean up against the wall here. I'm leaning that back on purpose. So you have our stub ups here. This is going to be a little rock, not very tall, maybe a foot, maybe up to about there. Over here we have 2 stones, and this is how it starts out. Remember, we do the footings just like we showed you in the slide video. And I'm going to make a boulder over here and a boulder over there with our starting pond. And these are in all my other projects. You have to have the water begin somewhere. So it's sort of like a spring, as it were. It'll dump over here and go down and begin its journey towards the pool. And so these are all just prepared, ready for me to bend them into the rock shapes. 2 stones, maybe 3. You want to try and get just a natural look. That's kind of the goal here. You can blend in real rock. So this is part of our perimeter. We're going to have, this one's already there from the previous project that was here, and it's locked in pretty darn solid, and it's not going anywhere. The deck will come in this side and grab that thing, and it's just getting locked in here. So you can see this whole deck side is now got the perimeter faux rock elements established, so he can backfill that, and we can get our shapes dialed in so he can finish his work, so we're not slowing him down, having to wait for us to get our stuff done. I'm going to slap on a little waterproofing on the back here just to cut down the moisture coming through downhill towards the pool, and maybe giving us some efflorescence coming out. You get a little bit of that anyway. It just comes down and rolls over rocks and deposits those minerals little by little. Kind of hard to avoid. So I'm walking down the water course that's going towards the pool, and we'll walk over here and take a look at the slide trough. You can kind of see we've got most of it done on the top portion up there. You can see where it's going to come down, and get our two bouldery, or a compilation of boulders shape, and they're really kind of leaning in, and they're going to kind of cover the outer sides of it so you can't really see it when you're over there by the house. It just looks like some stones work and stuff that's there. And we're going to continue to make the ribs. Those are those pieces that are the half pipe curves, and we'll just add those in all the way up. We'll continue these rebar sticks as needed. We had the 20 footers we saved, I don't know, half a dozen of those or more to do the lengthwise portions on the slide. Right here you can see the footings for the rocks right here again that are going to create the starting pond, which will dump down in and bounce down and go across that wonderful funneling flat area where Daniel's working. He's finishing out the pegboard down there with Michael underneath there. Going to be some openings on both sides of this, where you'll be able to look inside the grotto and see what's happening in there, get some breeze. These things get real damp and full of humidity over time, so it's a good idea to have some vents in there, and also gets light in there. We have all these pieces of rebar going into the face. These are going to be pulled up and made into rocks, mostly trying to keep them like bench-like, so you can sit on them and stuff. But they'll hang over the pool a little bit, which will be kind of fun, so you can dangle your feet over or jump off into the pool. We've got 5 feet of water over here, which is enough to jump into if you're a kid for sure. Don't want to dive. No diving. No diving, please. Thank you very much. So all these guys are going to be bent up, turned into bench stones. We get around the other side, we can take a look at those better. Here's the anchor stones, or elevation change location where we put rocks, and that always is nice. It has a great way to transition from that elevation down there by the pool to this raised deck. So we'll take a walk on down to the pool zone. How you doing out there? Do you know you are the leader of your band, the author of your book, and the captain of your ship? So don't let anybody take and do your job running your life. Don't let anybody steal that mantle of direction and authority. You are the leader of your band. Ta-da. All right, let's walk into the grotto space here and take a look at it. Here's our pegboard right here, our rebar cutter bender. That thing's really heavy, but it's good. It chops the rebar, and it also can give you some nice bends. We'll take a look at those. Cover it with plastic or the rain will wreck it. This right here shows a little, again, endpoint rock boulder. There'll be one here, one here. That one's already there, and we're going to be aiming some of those really strong iron rusty colors. We have some 1/2-inch steel we're going to add into the grotto. You can see how big that is. That's big stuff, almost as big as your finger. Then we got all the rest of these 3/8 here, 10 footers. I get 10 footers, they fit in my van a little easier. They're more money. I'd probably save a little bit if I didn't worry about that, but it's I have to bend them in half or have them delivered, and then you have to be here for it. I probably would be more efficient if I did that way. So here you can see the grotto being done. All that pegboard is getting dialed in real nice, and we've got these dobies that are in here, and they keep separation from the steel to the rebar. So you twist them around, the board holds on there, and then you just take regular old tie wires, you pull them in. You can use a spinner and tie them off and spin them, and then that pulls the board tight, and you put them in sheets and panels to match the planes that we created with, again, the rebar. You can remember we talked about that in the other video. You want your rocks to have variation, and you don't want them to look like one big giant ball of chewed on gum, you know, bouldery, lumpy bumpy Flintstone land, as I sometimes call it. So Daniel's done a great job, and Michael, getting these pieces fit in. You just cut them and fit them, you know, as you go. So we'll roll over here, and you can see again these rocks are going to be turned into benchy kind of rocks that are going to be more flat on top. Again, the angles, the asymmetry, you want that going on. And so all these rocks, you can see the green line there. That's sort of the bottom edge of the rock. It comes up here and like that. There's another one there with the orangey dots. If I can get my finger to line up with it. And there's another smaller rock underneath it, which will allow for us to put our drain rock that will go all the way into below water level, right down there. Over here's another rock. Over here's another one. That's a spillway. Water will be coming down there. Water's gonna be dumping in right there. And you have our slide coming in this way right there. Another boulder there. So we'll walk in here and look, see what's going on. All right, Michael's rocking out. So Daniel made these bent pieces of rebar, and again, that was with that bender bar cutter thing I showed you, and you just have it bent, make a full 360 degree turn, and that wraps around these 4 sticks. These are going to be pre-poured. We're going to put diamond lath around them, and then we're going to pre-pour them so that this whole structure is not going anyway, along with this section. This will be pre-poured. That's why all our concrete is stacked up over there with our mixer. I like to pre-pour things so that they don't end up bending or compressing while we're doing our thing. That's what's really a good idea, to keep that in mind. So pretty close to getting this grotto just about ready for the concrete pre-pour, and then we'll have shotcrete coming in. So it's a huge big bench here in the background. This was in the pool, and so we're taking advantage of it, and we're going to utilize that existing sort of bump out in the pool design to then encase in our grotto space. Sometimes we dig those all the way out prior to the pool construction if we're doing a new build, which is really great, and that gives us a chance to create that space, while on the outside you can't really tell that it goes back, because the pool just looks like it continues straight, but in fact it digs out and goes back in. So there you go, update. I think I'm not sure what number, but in the Del Mar grotto slide job, and coming along very nicely, and we're looking forward to shotcrete day, when everything happens in an instant. It goes from looking like a bunch of rebar wires and stuff to rocks and boulders, and what we're aiming for, a really natural looking feature that gets everything dialed in. A lot of fun, place to explore, and got a lot of dynamic action in the design as well. So anyway, Mr. Dave here, hoping you're having a good day. Remember to be thankful and forgiving. Become a master of those 2 things, and you'll become a blessing and not a curse to your world, and we'll make it a better one. So you can go to davehenderson.podia.com for more how-tos on this stuff. davehenderson.podia.com. We have some free downloads you can get there and learn how we do this, and for my blogs and links to other platforms with more pictures and videos, you can go to www.daverhenderson.com and have some fun there. So long walk through here on our project update here at the Del Mar job. So hope you're doing well. Remember to be thankful and forgiving, like I always say, and get to know Jesus, and he'll take you home if you want him to. So God bless you guys. Hope you're doing well, and remember, you are the captain of your ship. Don't let anyone grab the steering wheel of it. Is it a steering wheel on ships? I don't think. The helm. You know what I mean. Have a good one. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time. God bless. Dave Henderson checking out. All right, see you later. Bye.